Hi guys, today we're going to have another Thermaltake power supply with the RGB fan. Now I know we did cover loads of power supplies from Thermaltake with the RGB function, and to make everything look even cooler with the RGB or aesthetic color, or however you choose your setup to look like or build. Now here we have something a bit different, because we have here the Thermaltake TOUGHPOWER GRAND. This is RGB 850 watts, but the thing is that this power supply is different from the others, is it has RGB Sync. So this is the RGB Sync edition, and you could synchronize it with Aura Sync, with the MSI Mystic Lights and the RGB Fusion from Gigabyte. This is actually really cool. And I know some of you might think, who would want a power supply that has RGB, that has lights, because power supply covers the power supply. Well, you have the Core P3, you have the Core P5, you have the level 20 GT cases that either are open air or have no power supply shroud, and because of that you can see the LEDs, the RGB from the fan, from the power supply in your case. Now the thing is, I already talked before about the TOUGHPOWER GRAND 850 watts 80 plus gold power supply, so we're not going to go into details about the power supply. I'm just going to connect the power supply, well, not directly, but just with the RGB header from the power supply to my motherboard, the Asus X299E Gaming, and we're going to synchronize the fan with the motherboard through Aura Sync, and we're going to see how that works. Now the thing is, I already did a bit of a testing. So it has on the back side, where you plug in your power supply, you have an on-off switch for the smart fan, you have the on-off switch for the power supply, and you have the button for adjusting the lights. So when the RGB Sync is off, you can adjust your lights. When you switch on the RGB synchronization with any of these lights from Asus, MSI or Gigabyte, it switches off your manual possibility to switch colors. So because of that, when you connect the power supply to the motherboard, and when you switch off the motherboard, or the RGB Sync isn't synchronized with the power supply, you can't change the colors on the button. You need to switch it off, and then you could do whatever you wish with the button. But then again, why would you want to do it when you can synchronize completely everything now? And which is really cool, because, well, you can manage one color just like I do, with some kind of orange gold combination and silver black fittings and everything else, and well, it looks cool. I mean, you don't have to go RGB always, you can just go single color, and it always looks cool. It always looks cool to have certain lights and effects, and after all, you could turn it off if you don't like it. But let's connect this power supply, this RGB 850 TOUGHPOWER GRAND, to my computer, just with the RGB header, and let's go to the Aura Sync and synchronize the colors and see how it all looks and works. So as you can see, now we have a completely different color from the build. Here we have, as I said, the orange or goldish color, and the fan on the Thermaltake TOUGHPOWER GRAND is white. As I said, you can switch off and change colors by pressing the button here at the back side of the power supply, and you can do whatever you wish. Now the thing is, okay, let's leave it like this, and here we have the button that, well, it's not a button, it's a switch that turns on the RGB Sync. So when I press it on, it switches to the color. Now let's go to the Aura Sync and check the colors and how it changes. Now we're going to place a blue color and see how it looks all together. There we go. Now don't mind the LED strip down below, it's completely separated from the case since well, I didn't have any more headers and that's why it goes like that. Now as you can see, the whole interior of the case is blue, so the power supply is blue as well. If we go for, let's say, purplish, we synchronize everything and then we get purple, so the purple power supply, purple interior of the case. Let's go to the red, synchronize, and there we go. It's not really red, it's more like a pink or something similar. To turn it on, it goes blue, and then we can go, I don't know, purplish again, connect everything, and there it is. And as you can see, through Asus RSync you could manage your colors, synchronize the power supply, graphic card, SLI bridge, motherboard, fans, everything, as long as you connect them properly and if you connect the pins exactly as they should be connected. Now the thing is, it really does look awesome if you are aiming at one color, just like I am now. I left the purplish color here just for you to see everything. And well, you could synchronize your MSI Mystic lights, you could synchronize your Gigabyte RGB Fusion, and gives you the ability to make your build look even cooler. As I said, you don't have to go RGB, this is just something extra. So this is the new power supply from Thermaltake with the RGB synchronization, RGB Sync edition, and I can only say links are below for the Thermaltake page where you could check more information about the power supply and how many pins and everything does it have. Also you can see that I'll just mention some main features quickly. It has the, as I said, RGB synchronization. You have 256 colors, and on the power supply fan you have the Smart Zero fan, so when you don't need it to spin, when it doesn't have any any load on it, it starts spinning. That's cool. Low ripple noise, fully modular, flat cables. As I said, this is a really cool thing. When it has flat cables, you don't need to get extra, you know, extenders or custom slit cables, because they're very they're very flat, and you can nicely manage cables. If you ran out of money for the whole build, cables can wait. They did it nicely. And the last thing, 10-year warranty. Awesome addition to the whole product, the whole package. You get 10-year warranty. I don't know if many of the power supply manufacturers actually give 10-year warranty. I know some of them are giving 3, 5, maybe 7, and 7 is on platinum and premium ones. This is 10 years on gold. Brilliant. To sum it all up, this is it. Links are below where to buy it, to check the Thermaltake webpage, and of course the social media if you like. And finally, don't forget to sub, and if you like the video, click the like button, thumbs up button for more cool stuff coming as always very soon. Thanks for watching, see you next time, bye bye.